What is up, everyone? This will be my jungle tier list for patch 14.24. We're going to do things a little differently. I'm going to highlight specific champions and go over them and also talk about how the patch affected the jungle position. So right away, what we have is a lot of changes for specific champions on this patch. Most importantly, let's talk about the best jungler on the patch, Warwick. Yes, Warwick, like I talked about in my other videos, he is the best jungler. He's so easy and so uncounterable as he rises in stocks. His buffs were too much, and you can tell they had to hotfix nerf him. I still personally think he's so broken even after the hotfix nerf, but it's hard to get a good idea exactly how it affected him. It did affect him in top lane much more than jungle, because on jungle you do max your W first, so you're able to kind of bypass some of the hotfix nerfs. But as we can see, he might even get a nerf next patch. So for this 2 weeks, you're going to have a really good time playing the most broken jungler in the game, the dog, Warwick jungle. Next, we have Graves. Graves also, he's got nerfed this patch. I talked about how broken he is before. Their nerf was quite large because of the Q damage nerf on it, but the problem is he does go crit, so he bypasses a lot of that damage he misses on his Q because he just autos you for, 700 crits, right? Which are a big problem for the players getting hit by the Graves auto. So I still think he's very broken. I think he really needs some nerfs due to his tankiness. And it's a big problem in this game, in my opinion, is how champions that have built-in sustain or armor MR bonuses are too tanky to kill for a lot of champions. Stats are just really inflated because all the damage has been nerfed in the game. Graves is a contender for that. I think he's too tanky for how much damage he actually can do. Next, we have Viego. Viego, somehow he's not getting nerfed. Somehow he's not on the radar. I don't understand how. I would love to be a fly in the room of the balance team to hear what they have to say about Viego being perfectly fine, being the highest win rate champion with the highest pick rate for so long. I just don't see how he's not getting nerfed. I assume someone on the balance team is trying to finish the season with a really high rank. Otherwise, Viego should be getting nerfed. He's one of the best, if not the best junglers on the patch right now. And I just don't think it's really good with how broken he's been. And it's just unfair to other champions for him not to be getting nerfed. He could be so good with a nerf even after the nerf, right? So I think he really needs to be looked at because I think he's performing too well for how hard he should be. Next, we'll go over two champions together. I'm going to go over the low rank OP champions. These are the low rank champions, and iron, silver, bronze, gold, that I think are just so broken for you to play. I think Briar and Nocturne should be played in your champion pool. If you want to climb, if you want to put your time into champions that are going to help you like you've never been helped before, Briar Nocturne are some of the most broken low ELO champs to play, and they're quite easy to play. I look at statistics and I see how well they perform in lower ranks. They're very easy, especially Briar. I think the lowest rank you go, she is just a very high contender. And that's what's really important, is having champs that really just fit your playstyle, and they can climb all the way up to Diamond, to Master, to even Challenger, playing those champions. So I really think these two highlighted are really strong, and they're just in a really nice spot no matter which rank you're playing in. Next, we have OP hidden picks. So in my opinion, these two champions I think are just hidden OP. Wukong jungle, I'm a bit of a monkey man myself. I think Wukong jungle is hidden OP. I think he's so strong right now. I've been trying some different builds. I really like Triforce into Eclipse with Sunder Sky. And also, I've been doing some weird sort of off-tank items in my bruiser builds. I think a big thing about this meta, if you've been struggling a lot with itemization, I recommend you try to fit in some tank items in your build. Instead of going for Maw, Death Stance all the time, try to go into Frozen Heart, Randuin's against some crit 80 carries, even, Spear of Visage or Abyssal Mass into some other champions. I found that because of how tank items are really strong right now, but they're stronger on bruisers is what I've noticed a lot. So I think this is a really important thing, especially with Wukong. Go Frozen Heart into a lot of auto-based champion comps. You're going to see a lot more success with this, and I think it will show you how broken this champion really is. Wukong jungle, definitely play low ranks to high. He's a very broken champion right now. Next, we have Hecarim. I think Hecarim is OP. I think he's rising in the ranks as other champions get nerfed, but I think he's really strong right now. I think Hubris, probably one of the most broken items in the game right now. I'm not sure why it's not getting nerfed. It gives you way too much free stats on top of being a very cost-efficient item itself. And I think Hecarim can easily abuse that. The games I played against the Hubris Hecarim, even if I didn't specifically feed him, once he got some stacks going, it was unbeatable. And even if he doesn't build it, I just think Eclipse into a Spear of Sojin build is still really strong. I think Hecarim is a very strong champion right now. And the lowest ranks, I don't think he's that good, but as you go into Emerald, Diamond, that's his haven. That is where he dominates the most. Diamond, Emerald, Hecarim is disgusting, and you're going to run into a lot of problems with that. Next, we have AP junglers. These two are the AP junglers that I think are the best right now on the patch. On average, some of them are better win rates on other ones, but personally, I think Elise and Diana are my two favorite AP junglers. Elise is much harder than the Diana counterpart, but Elise did get nerfs because of her. She was way too broken in the patch before, but overall, I think Elise still very strong. She's a very early aggressive jungler, but she still should be farming. So if you play Elise, don't AFK gank. You should still heavily farm because of how powerful it is. But also look for ganks opportunities and be very careful when you play her. I think she's really fun and really good to play. I recommend her if you want something that's kind of out of your usual comfort zone. But she is very hard, so remember that. If you want something easier, Diana jungle. From low ranks to high, she is so broken. And like we talked about before, I actually been trying some new tech. I think tank Diana is really OP. I've been doing Proto Belt into Riftmaker, Abyssal Master MR, armor items too. I really think tank items on sort of these, bruiser, AP, AD champions is the way to go. I think it's hard to build all damage and one-shot people. You're mostly going to die too fast. But instead, if you build tanky, you're actually able to kill people faster over time. And really, it's really strong right now. And I think a lot of champions should, I think your mindset on how you should be itemizing on champions should change, because I think some specific champions, you should really, bruisers especially, fit in some tank items into your build. Next, we have could be OP. This one, Master Yi, could be OP. He is, honestly, I thought he was quite strong in the patch before. I've been playing some of him, but they did buff his crit modification. So I don't know if there's might be a really hidden OP crit build, but even if there isn't, I still think he's going to be really, really good. I think he's hidden. He's kind of under the radar right now, and I think he might perform really well if there's maybe like a Navori build that could be really strong on him. And I really like playing him right now. I think he's really strong, really simple, and he's really good in lower ranks as well. Lastly, we have just a bad champion, Rengar. Rengar is just really bad. He's a one-trick champion with terrible win rate that showcases how terrible he really is. And I really am disappointed because I love Rengar. I really hope they do something and make him more of a bruiser, because I think you're not really allowed to be a Rengar in the League of Legends in the future. The way the balance team has been going, there's no future for Rengar to be good because they don't want that playstyle to ever be good. So unfortunately, I think Rengar is going to be really bad. I think you can try some really cheesy hubris, abuse the item build. But overall, I think he's really bad. I think he doesn't have good spells to become a bruiser. He could be a good bruiser if they, rework him a bit. But hopefully they do something in the future. And yeah, that's my jungle tier list. I'll hope you guys like it. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck on the game. Good luck on the climate. And guys, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.